Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share the recipe of a delicious cake which is Vancho cake. Vancho cake is the combination of vanilla as well as chocolate cake. Vancho cake is so delicious and best to make during birthday parties. This cake has vanilla cake, chocolate whipped cream and covered with white chocolate ganache as well as milk chocolate ganache. I'll cut this cake and show how beautifully it looks inside. One speciality of this Vancho cake is that I'm going to make chocolate as well as vanilla cake out of one basic cake batter. So we do not want to prepare separate vanilla as well as chocolate cake. Isn't it simple, guys? To prepare the cake batter, sift in 1 cup of maida or all-purpose flour. Add in 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 pinch of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. These are the dry ingredients for the cake batter. Sift in the dry ingredients. The dry ingredients are ready now. I have taken 4 eggs here. Beat the eggs with the electric beater until it turns frothy. Add in 1 cup of powdered sugar little by little and continue beating. The sponginess of the cake depends on how well we are beating the eggs. We shouldn't be adding the sugar in one go, so add the sugar little by little like the way I'm doing. I'm beating the eggs and the sugar for nearly 10 minutes. You could see that it has risen double the quantity. It has turned cream color. Add in 3 tablespoons of sunflower oil. Now add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla essence. Beat the egg mix slightly until everything combines well. Add in 3 tablespoons of hot milk. Well, this oil and the hot milk add sponginess and moisture to the cake. Now add in the sifted flour mix little by little and mix it gently. We shouldn't use the electric beater once we start to fold in the flour mix. So I'm adding flour mix little by little and mixing it gently. The cake batter is ready now. The cake batter weighed around 570 grams. I have divided the cake batter into 2 equal parts. So I have got 285 grams of cake batter in each bowl. To one batter, I'll be adding cocoa powder and make it a chocolate cake. This is a 7-inch cake tin. I have lined it with butter sheet and applied oil over that. Pour in the cake batter and give it a tap so that the air bubbles goes off. Bake the cake for 20 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. For chocolate cake, I have taken 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder. To the cocoa powder, add in 1/4 cup of milk and mix well. Add in the milk little by little and mix well. Check the consistency of the cocoa mix, friends. You can add more or little milk as needed. While the vanilla cake is baking, I am preparing the chocolate cake batter. Strain the cocoa powder mix into the cake batter. Do not add the cocoa mix straightly because this will have a lot of lumps in it. Mix the cocoa mix into the cake batter gently. The chocolate cake batter is ready now. We have to bake this chocolate cake immediately once the vanilla cake is ready. This cake batter shouldn't be kept outside for a long time. The vanilla cake is ready and when you insert a skewer, it comes out clean. Cool the vanilla cake and unmold it from the cake tin. The vanilla cake has really turned out well. I have lined the same cake tin with the butter sheet and greased it with oil. Bake it for 20 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. The chocolate cake is baked perfectly, so the baking time depends on your oven type. I have removed the chocolate cake from the cake tin. Cool the chocolate as well as vanilla cake before frosting it. I normally prepare the chocolate as well as vanilla sponge cake ahead of time. So previous day I'll be preparing the cakes and next day I'll do the frosting. I'm going to prepare the white as well as dark chocolate ganache. We need 150 grams of white chocolate and 70 grams of whipping cream. You can also take fresh cream instead of whipping cream. I have melted the whipping cream for 1 minute in microwave. Adding in the chopped white chocolate. You can heat the cream in gas stove as well. Give it a mix and leave it for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you will see the chocolates are getting melted slowly. If the chocolates are not melted completely means you can melt it in microwave. Cook it in microwave for 10 seconds. If there are still lumps means another 10 seconds. So cook for 10 seconds each time. I cooked it again in microwave and now I got silky smooth white chocolate ganache. You can melt the fresh cream as well as chocolate in gas stove at low flame. I have strained the white chocolate ganache so that I'll get smooth mix. So do not skip this step. Next I'm going to prepare the milk as well as dark chocolate ganache. Take 50 grams of milk chocolate and 50 grams of dark chocolate. This is 50 grams of whipping cream. So everything is equal quantity. If you don't have dark chocolate means you can use 100 grams of milk chocolate. Heat the whipping cream in microwave for 1 minute and add in the chocolates. Leave it for 15 minutes. So I'm repeating the same step as I did before. Give it a mix and you would see the chocolates are melting. If the chocolate is not melted properly means you can again cook it in microwave. I'll always cook in microwave for 10 seconds, give it a mix and again 10 seconds until the chocolate is melted. I took 1.5 cups of whipping cream and whipped it nicely like this. To another small bowl, I took little amount of whipping cream. To that, add in couple of tablespoons of milk chocolate ganache. This chocolate whipping cream will be used to frost the chocolate layer. Mix the cream as well as the chocolate nicely. This is the chocolate whipping cream. I'll be using this whipping cream to frost the chocolate cake, so we need little quantity only. This is simple syrup to soak the cake while frosting. Take half cup of hot water and add in 3 tablespoons of sugar. Cool the simple syrup completely. I'm adding little whipping cream onto the cake board so that the cake stays firm. I have sliced the chocolate as well as the vanilla cake into 2 equal parts. So totally we'll get 4 sponge cakes. First, place in the chocolate cake and soak it with the simple syrup. We have to soak it with simple syrup nicely so that the cake will be moister. Cover the cake with the chocolate whipped cream. So basically, on top of the chocolate cake comes the chocolate whipped cream. Level the whipped cream with the spatula. Add in a tablespoon of milk chocolate ganache. Level it nicely with the spatula. Place in the first half of the vanilla sponge cake. Soak the sponge cake with the simple syrup. Apply a layer of whipped cream on top of the vanilla cake. Level the whipped cream with the spatula. Add in a tablespoon of white chocolate ganache. There's no specific measurement, you can add as needed. Spread the white chocolate ganache like the way I'm doing. We have to repeat the same step again. First comes the chocolate cake, then chocolate whipped cream, then comes the vanilla cake and the whipped cream. We have to soak each layers of the cake with the simple syrup. Cover the cake with the chocolate whipped cream. This cake has 4 layers of sponge cakes. This cake is so delicious and worth the effort we are putting in. If the chocolate ganache has thickened means you can melt it in microwave or in gas stove. On top of chocolate whipped cream, we have to add milk chocolate ganache, and on top of regular whipped cream, we have to add white chocolate ganache. If you are planning to make this cake means prepare the sponge cakes on the previous day. So plan it accordingly so that it will be easy to make. This cake has a lot of elements and tastes outstanding, friends. Now I am giving the crumb coating. Cover the cake with a thin layer of whipping cream. I am adding little whipping cream on the sides of the cake and leveling it with the spatula. I find it easier to frost the cake when I take the whipping cream in a piping bag. Crumb coating is ready now and keep it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I have taken this cake out of refrigerator and covering the cake with a thick layer of whipping cream. Level the cake evenly with the spatula. Normally, I prefer to level the cake with the spatula. You will find uneven surface like this, so apply more whipped cream and level it with spatula. Use any method which suits you to achieve almost sharp edges like this. I'm using this cake comb and giving this simple design. I'm going to cover this cake with white chocolate ganache, so before that I'll just refrigerate it for 1 hour. This is very important step and do not skip this. I have taken this cake out of refrigerator and pouring in the white chocolate ganache. So the cake must be cold while pouring in the white chocolate ganache. If the white chocolate ganache has thickened means we can melt it and cool it slightly before pouring it on top of the cake. I have placed the cake turntable on a plate so that the chocolate gets collected while dripping. Level the white chocolate ganache slightly with the spatula. Immediately pipe in the milk and the dark chocolate ganache which we prepared earlier. I have melted this chocolate ganache in microwave. Immediately draw a design like this with the toothpick. You have to do this step quickly because the chocolate will set immediately. I am cleaning the sides of the cake board with a spatula. The cake is almost ready and I am covering the border with the whipping cream. I have taken a flower nozzle here. This cake is a beautiful looking cake. I am adding little golden sprinkles to make it more beautiful. Keep this cake in refrigerator for 30 minutes before slicing it. Vancho cake is rich, delicious and kids will really like it. This cake will be a showstopper if you make it during birthday parties. I'll slice and show this cake and look at it friends, this is so spongy. Vancho cake has 2 chocolate layers, 2 vanilla cake layers, chocolate whipped cream and loaded with lots of flavors. Try this cake and share me the picture in my Instagram or Facebook. Subscribe my channel for more interesting recipes. I'll see you next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.